Ladies and gentlemen, hello, hello, and welcome to a very special episode of Sherm in the Booth. My name is Sherm. You guys are some true Chicagoans for coming out in January. It's snowing outside, it's freezing, and you're at the fucking club at 1 a.m.
Boys with the bass, yeah, boys, bass.
Who am I talking to right now? You're famous.
Free food, free drinks, music, girls, let's go!
Do you like it? Cool. If you don't, goodbye.
I'm missing the most important part.
Boys with the bass, yeah.
We should throw like a crazy bar mitzvah party.
This is crazy. Send me stems. I finished it.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing?
Just wait, you know it kicks in like 3 to 5 seconds afterward.
Yo, what's good, everyone, and welcome back to another brand new episode of Sherm in the Booth. I'm, of course, your host, Sherm, and today is Friday, May 19th, 2023, and this is episode 219. It has been a few months since the last episode, but we are back and better than ever. It is my honor to welcome back two special individuals who have now officially joined forces under their new moniker called HOTPRETTY. Zooey Glass and Abigail are some Sherm in the Booth OGs, and it was such a blast sitting down with them and talking about this new project. Now, I mean it when I say you're going to want to listen through this whole episode. We talked about the past, present, and future of the Chicago house music scene, launching HOTPRETTY, event curation, music production styles and influences, overcoming performance anxiety, mental health, and so much more. I'm lucky enough to have met them years ago. Zooey was on episode 39 and Abigail was episode 90. They are some of my favorite people in and outside of music, and I'm genuinely a huge fan. I cannot wait to see how this next chapter unfolds for them. Enough of me talking, though. Let's get into it right now so you guys can hear their story for yourselves. This is episode 219 with HOTPRETTY. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Welcome to Sherm in the Booth at my new spot with two of my favorite people on earth in and outside of music, Zooey Glass and Abigail. Guys, how does it feel to be here right now?
Are we officially the first in the new location?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It feels amazing. We're honored to be here.
The maiden voyage.
Dude, you guys are some Sherm in the Booth OGs.
We've been heavy, long-time listener. First-time caller.
First-time calling. Yeah, and Seamus is actually the one who inspired me to get a microphone like this.
Yeah.
He said, you were born to have a mic in your hand. You need to hold it like this. So
this is the way to go,
we'll see what the viewers think of this posture. It feels natural, because I can't, this is I'm about to
especially not with that
Am
mic.
I doing it wrong?
Yeah. No, you're good.
No,
you look good.
With that kind of mic, I think that kind of grip is good, but with a long one...
I feel like I'm strangling someone.
Yeah.
Or it looks like a mallet almost.
Yeah.
It's really long.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, it's very long.
It's a great mic.
Yeah, it's a game show mic.
But this is probably, now that I'm sitting here, my favorite setup that I've ever had. Over the years, the podcast has changed so much. The first episode was just me narrating and thinking, okay, I'm going to do a mix and talk and see how that goes.
Yeah.
And the inflection in my voice is what's up, guys? This is Sherm. I'm a DJ here in Chicago, thinking I'm so fucking cool. And then, every episode, I kind of was, leaning into it more. I was I want to have fun. Why am I being so serious? And then I started doing interviews, and I was this is what I want it to be like.
But there was a mix portion for a long time, right?
Time, yeah. No, Abby was still doing mixes at, episode 95.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember that.
Oh, yeah, I did the Drive Faster mix.
Yeah. And you guys literally have two of the sickest guest mixes, by the way. I think I got to bring them back.
Thank you.
Honestly,
maybe we get a HOTPRETTY mix.
We need to resurface the Drive Faster mix. Yes, a HOTPRETTY mix.
Well, and Seamus, you literally named your mix. I didn't write it down, but I was when you sent me a mix and it was named, I was oh, God, this guy's different.
Oh, yeah.
He's built different, yeah.
It was a great name. I'm trying to remember what it was. I'd have to go back into the archives.
We'll look.
It was a heady name, though.
It was, yeah. No, it stood out. But now we're here. I'm doing video interviews. This is going to be episode 219.
219?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
I know. I'm like in like the 0.1% of podcasters in terms of like volume and like commitment and stuff. It's gonna
Isn't
be
it
7
like
years this year.
90% never make it past episode 1, and then
Yes.
and then from that group it's smaller that goes past episode
It's
3 or
crazy.
something?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And
I was on a
just-
short-lived podcast,
You-
a film podcast
Yeah.
that only made 3 episodes, and I was only on 1. The Viewing Pleasure podcast.
It's a lot tougher. I mean, it's like it's its own form of creativity, but just like anything in music or creative in general, there's a lot more that goes on to it than just what people see.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just it's about sticking with it, right? Like
Absolutely. There
Just
are a lot of shitty
continually
episodes
doing
of
it,
Sherman the Booth. That was me being like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm trying. I'm putting myself out there. And that was exciting, and I still hold on to that excitement. And that's where I'm at these days, like on a personal level, is like going back to my roots of like having fun.
Yeah.
Because I've talked to you guys about this a lot. Like, I spent so much time like focusing on getting the promoter's attention or the festival booker's attention when I should have been focusing on the people that were supporting me and why I love music or creating it or DJing or making content.
Yeah.
And not thinking, will this work for this goal that I have that maybe isn't even an attainable goal in this timeline, you know?
Yeah, that gatekeeper, like the focus on the gatekeepers
Yeah,
rather
man.
than
There's
the
a lot of
community.
gatekeepers, especially in Chicago.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
pre-COVID too.
Pre-COVID,
A lot's
yeah.
changed.
A lot has changed. I mean, the pie has gotten way bigger. I think
Yep.
it's a little bit easier to access nowadays. Pre-COVID, it was different. It was, yeah.
It was way different.
You were very reliant on those certain bookers.
You kind of had to. I mean, I don't want to.
You
like,
did. No, you had to play the game.
Yeah, like, and
Yeah.
I did, and now I'm like so glad I'm not. And us three now are like, we're making the game. We're redefining the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. So I'll do the numbers right here. Seamus, 3/6/2018, episode 39, 5 years ago. Abigail, January 15, 2020, episode 95. A lot has happened in the industry for us individually, but also in the scene in the community. And that's what I want to start with right away.
Yeah.
yeah.
Is like where we're at right now, especially on the Chicago level, is so special and exciting.
Yeah.
And there was a long period of time where people would say internationally, oh, you're a Chicago DJ. Like, that's so cool. What's the scene like? And I'm like, you really got to know where the scene is. But now it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like now, even like going to a restaurant or just any bar or club that I would never associate with dance music, like
Yep.
even if there's not a DJ playing, it's like progressive house or like some form of dance music being played.
Yep.
It's no longer like top 40,
No,
pretty much anywhere.
it's really, really exciting. Like on like all sides of the business, like you said, literally in the restaurant world, in the hotel world,
Yeah.
Yeah.
of course, in the club and festival world.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much more understanding of like house music and dance music.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot more acceptance for it. But, you know, that's come with other things too, where there's like a lot of dilettantism to it now too.
That's a great Seamus word right there.
Yeah. A lot of dilettantes out here. But it's okay. I mean, I think it's for the best. I think the scene's in a better place than it was
Yeah.
back then. But I think like I went on like a Twitter thread about this recently about how for those of us who started DJing like before it was cool here, it's very different wherever you're from. But in Chicago before it was cool. And I would say like pre 2021 it wasn't cool. It was really like coming out of COVID that it became like everyone likes Fred again now. But I think there was a benefit to coming up when it was like a little bit harder. Like we just had to first of all, you just had to be way better
Yeah, true.
before you got any opportunities. And then I think you gradually built, and you had to really build your skills in like tough gig environments, like playing gigs where like people did not want you to play house or techno, and you just had to stick to it and like blaze through it, or find a way to make it like accessible enough.
Or playing gigs where you knew that nobody was going to come, that your friends weren't into it, they didn't like the music, but you still did it even though you're going to play to like an empty room just because you love doing it. And you know, powering through that like 2 or 3 hours where you're just like, I'm just doing this for myself and for the love of the craft.
It's so true. Doing it for yourself. And that's like what I was trying to say earlier. Like, that's simply put.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be you that loves what you're doing. And that's eventually what people love as well, right? Like fans and other artists and stuff. Like people that I surround myself with, like, it's pretty easy to tell since we grew up in that pre-cool to DJ era.
Yeah.
You know, and like I started DJing, you know, at a Big Ten school, IU, 2014 or something like that, 2013.
Yeah.
And people thought it was fucking weird, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
They were like, oh, like, that's sick, bro. Like, I bet you quit in 6 months.
Right.
And now here I am 10 years later, and those people at weddings are like, I honestly can't believe you're still doing it, but, like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, no shit. I love what I'm doing. I'm like, pursued that because I genuinely enjoy it. But you go through those steps and, like, roadblocks when people get in your head.
For sure. I definitely had the same experience with it.
Yeah.
And starting out when people were like, yeah, they just thought it was so weird.
I don't know another way to put it.
I know.
They just didn't get it, which automatically means you're weird.
Yeah. Which was, kind of hilarious. Like, I remember, like, playing, because I started in, like, 2011, started playing frat parties, like, at my college.
That's where the gigs
was
were,
not
though.
a member of the frat. And, like, just, you know, playing deep house, like, outside in the California backyard, which now people would, like, line up around the block to do, and just like people just like mad requests and like you know almost just getting very contentious that we were even like playing this stuff, you know, and us just sticking to our guns.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it even still happens from time to time.
It does, but it happens way less now. I mean, it's very
way
rare
less.
where we're playing someone somewhere and they don't have an understanding of like.
Yeah, it did happen kind of recently, but you know.
Don't say where.
I'm not gonna say where. But you know,
we'll talk offline.
It's a humble reminder. A reminder of our humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's always important to remember those early days, though.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. One, like, I've heard, like, some DJs who started recently, they just are, like, expecting things to move so quickly for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
6 months is forever to them.
Yeah, how am I not on ARC? Or someone recently said to a friend of ours, like a DJ, was like, yeah, I feel like I've kind of, like, maxed out what I can do in Chicago. And I was like... You have not.
Yeah.
You have
not.
Yeah, you played like 3 gigs.
Like Derek Carter still lives here and plays here, man. Like
every Sunday.
Dude, why don't you try and throw your own party and fucking rent the subwoofers from Guitar Center and have to push the seats in the front up in your Camry so far so you can fit the subs in the back and then carry those up the stairs at a taco place so that you can play house music that I look famous at. Yeah. Talk to me then, motherfucker.
While you were wearing a wig.
Yes.
That was a wild back-to-back. That was such a chaotic back-to-back. That's the only back-to-back we've ever played. But
that was so much fun.
That was chaotic.
Yeah, there was like fucking 22 people there, and we were like, let's just have fun in these
and
disco
we were ripping
wigs.
So
but that was what it was, again, pre-pandemic. That's what it was. And you guys had so much fun with it.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't get... That was a night where we just did it for ourselves. Like, I didn't have a single thought about how many people were there.
No, that's the thing, too, like... Because that's what you think should matter is the amount of people, it's not. It's like who's there and who came for it. And like I had a very humbling experience recently. Like in Milwaukee, we played at this gay club, right? And Milwaukee is like not the biggest place for house music in general.
Totally.
But like the same 40 or 50 people were there the whole time, and I kept getting in my head like, oh, they probably want to hear some certain type of music, you know? But I never really like went over that I'm selling out or whatever.
Yeah.
And they kept dancing and enjoying underground shit, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, they're not gonna leave.
They're there. They're locked in.
Yeah.
And you'll see that person 5 years later, and they're going to bring it up, you know?
I love that. That's my favorite thing. The people that come to the shows and say, including that weird guy on the rooftop that we just met.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shout out to he sees this, actually.
Yeah,
cat tranquilizer. My guy was not cat tranquilizer. FYI. We'll have to explain that as well later.
We'll need to provide context.
Yeah, but like we need people like that, and it's easy, especially like, I mean, from learning so much about European dance music culture.
Yeah.
When I went to ADE, that was like, it was mind-blowing to me. The acceptance, the blind acceptance they have to letting the DJ be themselves. And here, it's like the culture of requests, you know, like you mentioned. 100%. And like, that's almost the status quo. Like, I think I saw something on the internet today or yesterday. It might have been, fake or whatever, but it was like one of those Judge Judy's, and it was like they were suing the DJ for not taking his requests. Like, how is that comedy here, for God's sake? He's like, yeah, like he repeatedly didn't acknowledge our requests, and the DJ's like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Like, is this real?
That's amazing.
How can that be? Now there's like, I mean, it's good because so many people know about DJs, which is great.
Yeah.
But also, like, we're trying to weed through that, like, I don't know, all the mud. To get to,
that
like,
kind of
the
sounds
pure.
like it could have been like an SNL skit.
It
Like,
should have been.
It really
was
should
definitely
have
on
been.
Judge Judy.
Yeah.
So I don't think
That's like
I don't know how
crazy
real
Mad
Judge Judy
Lib,
is.
Like,
It's not real, but I mean, that's a good. Whoever's producing Judge Judy, they
Yeah,
snapped
they-
on that one.
Yeah, shout out Judge Judy.
That's hilarious. You need another DJ to sue.
Yeah, I
Hit
know.
us up.
Oh man. So I want to get in. We have a lot to talk about today.
Yeah.
But I want to just keep leaning into what we're talking about, the Chicago culture, because there are many reasons that I fuck with you guys and I love you guys as DJs, as people, but your involvement in tastemaking in Chicago before what's been going on the past year for you guys, it's always been there, right? Like with the Manifest brand and doing these really cool, unique parties at the sound bars, the smart bars. But now we're doing things like Pure Play at the Listening Room. Serum is something that you guys have been pushing the envelope on. And right when I saw the Serum announcement, I go, Seamus has got to be behind this. Abigail's got to be behind this shit. Like, those are some dope bookings. So I just want to give you guys kudos first off.
Thank you.
thank
And
you.
it's awesome to see you guys getting this acknowledgement and recognition from, like, the House Calls people who I love so much. Got the
Yeah,
fucking
those
jacket right
people
here.
are true
Yeah.
family to
Right.
us. Yeah.
We're
So-
very lucky to know them and work with them.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get Drew on because I think we'd have like a 16-hour conversation.
Oh, you would
That'd
need
be
a-
good stuff.
Yeah, it would
full
be a
day
good
for
one,
that.
yeah.
I just want to come listen in.
Yeah.
He,
to that one.
He is so goddamn funny. But
Yeah.
I love him. He's so
We love
passionate.
him.
And Abby and everybody and Cody and of
Yeah.
course and Christian and
Yeah.
Blair, like, it's just great to see all of us, like, at different timelines.
Yeah.
Now all kind of like, hey, it doesn't matter how long you've been into this, we all share the same level of passion.
Totally.
I
I agree with that for sure. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Like, they've done so much in such a short amount of time for the scene.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, gosh, with our Pure Play parties, like, without us being able to access the listening room for that, like, I mean, our fan base has increased exponentially from that party series, and like their trust in us and their excitement around that series, like,
Yeah.
it's been so wonderful, and they've really helped again expand the pie of the local scene in Chicago and gotten people there. The way that they described it to us is that they want to be kind of this in between of like underground and somewhat commercial music,
Yeah.
where they're in River North, so somebody who's just open-minded for the weekend could come down and like experience underground music in a way that's still like palatable, but yet push the envelope, and hopefully from there that person could want to go to like a Spy Bar set the next weekend or Smart
Yep.
Bar the next
Yeah.
night, and like, be introduced to more underground stuff. So I pour one out for them. They're doing God's
Absolutely.
work out here to like
They really
expand the scene and get more people interested, because like going from pre-pandemic to not playing to many people, or like pulling teeth asking like your mom and dad to come out to like
Well, your mom's a big fan. though.
oh, my
Yeah.
mom,
She doesn't
she's
count.
a true fan.
She's a
Yeah,
real
she actually
raver.
is, yeah.
Yeah, she actually
real
You don't have
is.
to ask her. She's asking you.
Yeah, she always gets a guest list. But now it's like, we're playing to packed clubs almost every single weekend, playing to hundreds and thousands of people. Like, we're so fortunate. It's truly like I wasn't expecting it. I mean, now it kind of feels like I'm just very spoiled. We're very spoiled with it, but
But you're not spoiled. You guys have put in so much hard work, and you're talented, and I think good things happen to good people. That's how
Yeah.
I see it.
And it all just layers on top of each other. Like, for like the Smart Bar Thursday parties we were doing before COVID, and like,
Yeah.
I mean, was it definitely like a struggle to get people there, but also like we built such a key community, and like we're now working with people like Kirk, who
Oh my God, I love
I
Kirk.
met Kirk because he just came to our Smart Bar Thursdays because he was DJing in the Boys Town scene, like Scarlet and stuff.
Yeah, throwing his Charlie parties.
Charlie
right?
parties,
Yeah,
which are
yeah,
still
yeah.
going on. And like, yeah, he was in that Lakeview scene, like DJing there, and like started just coming to Smart Bar like after his stuff would close.
Cool.
To the Thursdays, and like got to talking, and now like he's one of our biggest collaborators, and like is, you know, the third part of Pure Play, and we've been like working on a lot of music with him, and he's like really helped. He's like executive producing like all of our tracks.
Yeah.
So
wow,
it all pays off, and it all like builds on
yeah.
each other, and like the relationship we've been able to continue with Smart Bar. Obviously, we're not doing those Thursdays anymore, but doing these kind of bigger quarterly shows or whatever. And,
yeah, you gotta earn your stripes too.
But then getting a monthly at House Calls, which is like smaller room, totally different, but like it's been like, I think the monthly party is so awesome. Like if you can do something regular and build that community over time, it's really valuable. So any like young DJs or promoters, if you get a chance to do something that often, it's like the best practice ever. Best practice as a DJ.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you're like either warming up the room every time or you're closing the room every time, and like and then as a promoter,
you guys always do different set times, don't you?
Yeah, we move
try
around
and switch it up, because like we want Kirk to be able to close it out sometimes, and
he's a great closer too.
Yeah,
there's some DJs who are just like closers.
Yeah, no, for sure, definitely.
He goes out with a bang,
and he's a good one.
Also for Pure Play, we love giving new locals in the scene a shot to like open those parties and kind of bring these young ones under our wing and kind of like give them a shot. So it's been really rewarding to like just see them kind of grow in their career and give them the chance to like play a room like that, because especially the listening room, it's one of those places that fills up pretty quickly in the beginning of the night. And because it's a smaller venue, even if there's like 50 people there, it feels like a really good dance floor. So it's awesome to be able to give these DJs who some of them hadn't even played a single gig in Chicago yet, and like just giving them a chance to do it. It's like,
I wish I had that.
This is
well, we can give it now. We can give that
we
to
can
people.
give
that's what you do with privilege, you know.
Yep.
That's what you do with privilege.
You actually kind of answer my next question, is like, what's an unforeseen win? And it sounds like how just fulfilling it's been giving those opportunities to people that are genuine about it, right? And that do show up, the Kirks of the world, right?
Right, totally. Yeah, we've got this guy Tito. He DJs as T.To.
Yeah, he's on the next one, right?
He's on the next one. He's played with us a couple times, and he just worked with Abigail at one of her old jobs. He's a producer at this agency Abigail used to work at, and they met through that and like started talking music, and like turns out he's just he's great. He's a great DJ, great curator of music and stuff.
Really good selector,
yeah.
And it's really fun to watch him play, and that was just one of those like by coincidence, like the coworker who's into raving, and then you're like, wait a second.
You become best friends.
But to be able to give them a chance to play, like again, like we totally didn't have when we were, just because the infrastructure didn't really exist as much, and there weren't as many spaces. Right. I mean, there wasn't a listening room, right? There wasn't a club with that capacity, because that capacity offers you the opportunity to take more risks on like smaller names.
And a lot of the smaller venues that were smaller than Smart Bar, like Danny's and stuff, they had like their residents, and they didn't really like invite, you know, newcomers into that, which, you know, is fine. They had what was working for them, but there wasn't a lot of like opportunity out there. Now there is.
Yeah.
And I think like the other thing that's like been really fulfilling is just watching our like artistic vision in terms of like our creative behind our brand be like really widely accepted and really celebrated, because we worked really hard on that. And we kind of like we were driving it for a really long time, and like it finally stuck. And I think it was a lot of the work that we were doing with our underground series Etra La, where people kind of like caught on to it and were like, this is really cool, and we were able to incorporate the other artistic mediums that we love besides music into that space, and do it really intentionally, and the payoff was just really insane on that one.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now you guys are doing the next thing.
Yeah. Keep it pushing. We just love launching brands. Whenever we get done with a brand,
I feel like our brains are like just filing cabinets full of brand identities, and I'm just like, oh, like for this club, okay, let's do that one, and then that one, and now that's how Serum came about. And it's like let's just, like, I don't know. I see the New York scene. I see, like, Berlin,
Yep.
all over Europe. Like,
Yep.
the art direction of the flyers, it's super cool.
Yeah.
The club names are really cool. The party series, it's very inventive. It's very creative. It's really cutting edge. And, yeah, I want our shit to be on that level and, like, be in competition with that stuff and what's going on over there. Because I don't want, like, Chicago to just be this very, like, oh, it's a commercial place, even though it's like it's where like house music came from. Like, sometimes it can feel a little bit commercial, and
well,
like,
that's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, and it can get relegated to being like not a good scene or whatever. Like, certainly, especially like, I mean, I definitely talk to people who are like, there's nothing going on here, and I'm like, that's so far from true.
Yeah.
It might have been, maybe used to be true for a few years, but like it's definitely not true now.
No, it's definitely not. I think in places like Europe especially, and even like South America and stuff, like it's known about, but it's easier to hear about, whereas Chicago is more exclusive and now it's becoming a lot more inclusive, which takes time.
Yeah.
And the local scene here is reset.
Big time.
Which is great, right? Like a lot of people, for better or for worse, couldn't make it through the pandemic and financially or whatever, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Which I feel for, but because we were able to get a reset here, the people that still remain, like us, right? Like, my biggest passion is giving back to the scene in Chicago in every single way that I possibly can, through events, through opportunities, through culture, through food, through drink, through podcasting, like, because it's given back to me here.
Totally.
You know, like the more I give, the more I get. And I'm like, Jesus, all right, I want to keep giving.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's so true.
I feel like, we've experienced a lot of that too, which is
it's a virtuous cycle.
Very virtuous.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about Serum, though? And we can talk about it real quick, because I know it's been very successful so far, by the way. Anyone who's gone to that has told me that, like, it feels like it's not Prism. Musically, like visually, and I don't know how you guys did that, because I've been to Prism many times, right? And it's just like, as a local, I don't always feel the need to go to a place that kind of feels the same regardless of the act, because I've seen so many of the same acts,
right?
It's something against the venue or Oris or anything like that, but you've kind of rebranded it with it being the same room. How the fuck did you do that?
Well, it was something they came to us to ask to do. And it was actually funny enough, the person who brought it up to me was Alan Brandt, who works for Oris but lives in Poland. And the reason that I know Alan is because of Smart Bar Thursdays, because Alan always used to come to the Smart Bar Thursdays. And he was always like, oh man, this is so cool, like with the installations, and like we just hit it off. I mean, he's got great taste. Alan's one of the good ones. And like so he kind of brought us in to do this project, and that was essentially the ask. It was like, how do we make Prism not feel like Prism anymore?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
And like in the best possible way.
Yeah,
and I give a lot of credit to Oris for like buying in on it, and like everyone I've worked with there is great.
Like, look at fucking Arc.
They totally got it. And Nick was very down to make changes to make the room better. And honestly, the whole staff at Prism was really down to do it. Like the security, the waiters, the servers, the bartenders, the production people.
Because they've all loved house this whole time.
Yeah, they have. I mean, like, even just last week when we had Enrico San Giuliano, like, one of the servers was like, oh my God, like, we have needed this music in this room for so long. And the room's bones are really good.
Yeah, that's what I'll say. Like, basically, Prism is at the advantage that it's a 1,000 person capacity venue. So artists that are big enough to sell out a place like Spy Bar or Smart Bar, which are like 400 or 500 capacity venues, now they have a place where their music is like identifiable to this party series and this brand, and they can sell more tickets and like make it a bigger party and make it more special. Maybe they wouldn't sell out Cermak Hall or Radius, so it's kind of like that perfect sweet spot in between. So the bones of it are great. It was, obviously pretty commercial, and even on Saturdays it's like back to somewhat more commercial programming, but they really wanted a place for underground dance music for artists that were like of a tier that they could potentially sell like 1,000 tickets to a show.
Yeah.
And so we were able to like, you know, chop it up on the brand identity, come up with a really cool name, work with this amazing graphic design brand identity studio to like get the flyers to where they are now and get all the visuals to where they are now. And then Nick put a lot of like love and just like money into
gotta spend money to make money.
Totally.
Yeah.
Redoing all the lighting and like adding that second screen above.
Yeah, that was really.
And we pitched
really
all
good
of
move.
that. Like we created like a fucking 70-page deck of creative ideas. It included interior, exterior installation, which we might still be able to do like an outdoor installation.
It's still evolving. Like we're not done.
How many shows have there been now?
I think 8, 10.
And you've booked. Who are some of the artists that you booked? You just mentioned Enrico. Muda Bear was recently.
Muda Bear was recently.
Danny Days, Chloe Kaye, Cryptogram.
Oh my God, how's Igor doing? I missed that guy.
He's great. That was our first one. Was Cryptogram.
Yeah, it was us.
Where's he been? Has he been fucking making bangers?
Yeah, he's starting a label too, Kryptone. Yeah, so he's been really focused on that.
I knew he wasn't. I knew he was doing something.
And he's working on. Actually, I shouldn't. I know he's working on an album. And I think he has some other stuff cooking. I don't know if I can share.
We'll let him announce it all.
Yeah.
When he's ready.
But he was the first one. And there's also, one of the cool things about Serum is like, it's not, there's a lot of bookings that we wouldn't do as Manifest.
Yes. Definitely.
So we've been able to do stuff that like we wouldn't do as Manifest. Like, I mean, Enrico probably wouldn't be a Manifest booking.
Yeah, he's big,
yeah.
Kyle Walker.
Yeah, Kyle Walker.
Probably wouldn't be a Manifest booking, but he was actually great. I mean, they've all been really good. So there's been stuff like Lee Burridge, like just stuff that isn't in our wheelhouse to do.
Right.
Chloe and Danny definitely is like a Manifest type show,
For sure.
I'd say. But it's been nice to just be able to kind of like creative direct and not like our Manifest is our whole identity is invested in that. Serum is a little bit more like we've just been able to like kind of creative direct.
Yeah, for sure.
But then explore these other types of music that I like appreciate and think are good, but just like wouldn't personally. So
how in the weeds are you with like the booking process and shit like that? Are you just recommending? Because that's a whole nother
It's collaborative.
thing.
It's like collaborative with John Curley and Garrett.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother world, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So we'll like make our
dealing
creative
with agents and
recommendations.
managers.
Yeah.
They got a lot of questions.
Yeah, it's totally different.
Yeah. But you've been able to witness it at least, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
We will get to like help put on a lot of locals in the scene.
Oh my
That's
God. That's been
amazing.
my favorite part. Like it's one thing to have an eye for I don't know how to say it, mainstream underground, for lack of a better term.
Right.
But it's another thing to see you guys booking the best possible openers. Like what I'm getting at here with this whole Serum thing, it's not about selling it out, right? Like sometimes Spy Bar and Sound Bar, it's like we need to get as many people here as we can because like that's how they make money, right? But like you guys are building a culture with Prism, with Serum, right? Like the actual branding and stuff. Where, like a lot of people can come. If 500-600 people are there, but it could sell out at 1,000, that's still a big win.
Yeah.
Right? Like people have room to dance, they're gonna keep coming back.
Yeah, 100%. And like what's cool is that Prism has like the mezzanine level, the upper level, the balcony.
Oh, they
and,
open that too?
So sometimes we'll have it open.
Yeah.
Sometimes if we anticipate it being I don't know, smaller night, we'll keep it closed, and that way the dance floor still feels really full and people are having a great time, just like we like, you know, herd the cats all together. But on the nights that it is open, like then you just get, you know, the very expansive space, and that's really magical to see as well. And
exactly.
And a lot of locals in the scene like don't always get the chance to play a room that big. And so, being able to like play on a stage like that with a system like that and the visuals behind you, you can get great content and just like feel kind of like really powerful as an artist up there. And like, it's exciting to see.
Yeah.
It's exciting as a fan.
Tito up there.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Elizabeth De La Piedra was open for Enrico, which was really cool to see. Then we have the show with Prospa.
Oh, dude.
And Unique.
I know how much you guys love Prospa, and I'm obsessed with
Prospa,
too. I was like,
And then we put like
go.
Ariel Zatina on there and Kirk and Unique, and it's like Jersey Club and stuff, and like so we're getting like out there with it sometimes.
Go.
Yeah. And I mean, we love like the left field weird shit, so like we're super about that and get really excited for those kinds of bookings. But like the big room stuff is also just like really really fun too. So yeah, it's kind of genre agnostic, but that's kind of like the magic of it. It's kind of like Serum is the takeover of Prism. So I don't know if you're familiar with Rhonda in LA.
Rhonda?
So there's a party series called Rhonda, or a club called Rhonda, and I don't know the name of the club in LA that they take over, but it's kind of a more commercial, like bottle service club. Okay. And then when it's the party Rhonda, then it's just like we're going to Rhonda.
Gotcha.
So people are kind of like, oh, like you're going to Serum, but you're just going to Prism. It's like Serum is the takeover of Prism, in the same way that like Club Rhonda takes over this like
that perspective.
LA venue. Yeah. So it's kind of like totally different vibe, and it's gonna change, and there's gonna be more to it, and so the evolution will be exciting to watch, and more ideas will come flowing, and we're just making the scene like again expanding the pie, like making it more accessible and equitable for
everyone's welcome.
All people.
That's like
very much so.
Message.
Yeah, that's a huge message, and that's like something I know people have had experiences of Prism in the past with like the dress code, which we killed, and we just got a new door host, Kat, who's going to be like welcoming. Just she'll be there for every Serum, and she's going to be like someone you can kind of get to know at the door, and like
oh my god,
just more opportunities, and like it's
smart. That's a huge factor.
Now it's another Friday night opportunity to see some good, more like underground dance music, and that wasn't an option before. Like that, it was one less club doing that before this. So. Yeah, it's been a good opportunity.
Love it, guys.
A lot of work.
Well done.
Thank you.
And that concludes they're driving the scene forward portion. Now on to the main event, why we're here today. I started with saying how long I've known you guys and your history on the podcast and stuff, but this is incredible timing because your new collaboration project, Hot Pretty, has gone live, announced last week, and clearly everyone's as excited about it as me, which I was like, let's go! But this has been years in the making, and you guys have been doing back-to-back sets, and even still individually, you guys have a lot of influence on each other.
Yeah.
What did it take for you to finally get to this point and say, okay, we're ready to do this?
I think that a lot of people told us we should do it for a long time. Yeah, there was definitely a lot of not feedback that would be cool to do, and then I think we got to a point where it didn't really feel like a B2B was an accurate description for what we were doing.
You guys definitely you joined energies.
We're very much like one act when we play together. So
it's a duo more than it is a back-to-back.
It's much more of a duo. Yeah, and it became less convenient to put Zooey Glass back-to-back Abigail Groman
nice
on every single flyer. And then especially on Festival lineup announcements, stuff like that, it's just too wordy. It doesn't really roll off the tongue.
It's hard to message too. If we come off stage and someone's like, oh, you guys were great, it's I gotta set up 3 Instagrams for them to follow, and there was definitely some practical considerations.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so practically it made a lot of sense.
Yeah, and it's just it's the right time for it, and
we're just addicted to new brand identities.
Another one.
Brand identity.
Another one that you guys are just fully creating. It's so exciting.
It was exciting. It was a little scary. Organically growing a new brand that ties us together. It's definitely a little intimidating, but the response has been really positive, and I feel really excited about it, and to be able to release new music under that name, which we have quite many tracks coming out.
Let's go.
Hopefully, knock on wood on some label releases and good things like that. And then, we're just going to see how far we can take it, basically.
Amazing. Where did the name come from?
Hot Pretty is the way that you feel on the dance floor when we play for you.
Yeah.
That is exactly how I feel.
Yeah. Make you, glow up on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Because I was I don't think it's you're not describing yourself. I knew it wasn't that.
No, totally.
If
People
you would
will
like to use those adjectives to describe us, by all means. But
Well, it depends on the song you're playing, because sometimes, Seamus could be a little hot, or he could be a little pretty, and vice versa. I'd be like, ooh, I don't know about that. Yeah.
Yeah, like when I play Ratata by Skrillex, that's when I'm in, like that
That's
brought
hot.
me into the hot
That's
pretty.
hot
That's
for
not
sure.
pretty. Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah, that's not
even,
pretty.
Even Zooey's like, yeah, that's hot.
That's hot. That's hot. Yeah,
Oh
no,
my
it's
gosh.
not to describe us. I know that people are going to think that that's what it is, but it's not.
It's whatever you want it to be.
It's also just really rolls off the tongue,
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
and it looks cool written out. So
Yeah.
sometimes the name is just...
I love it. So are you guys going to still perform individually under your own aliases?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we intend to keep those both alive. I mean, obviously, Abigail's like her name, like her legal government name.
Yeah,
so there's no
yeah.
killing off
Yep.
Abigail Groman. But yeah, we definitely want to keep our Zooey Glass is like something I'm still gonna do. And yeah, we'll play individual sets. I mean, when the opportunity arises. But I think like we're both pretty focused on like this project right now of like Hot Pretty and like putting our eggs in this basket
For sure.
to push it forward.
Yeah.
Well, that was on the ARC lineup, so I imagine that's like what you guys are focused on right now, right?
Yeah, and that was definitely like something that the folks at Oris were like encouraging us to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I got a shout out to Zeka too. She's been like a really good
Oh yeah.
sounding board for us, and
Cool.
she's offered
Yeah.
us a lot of guidance and help and like support, which has been like really meaningful. And she was also like very like not adamant, but she just like really encouraged us to do this and was like thought that it would be like a good move and helpful. So she definitely helped us push over the edge to just do it.
Yep.
So we've been talking about it for
Yeah.
like a year.
Yeah.
And we admire what she's done with her career so much.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
Yeah. Major props.
We're very in awe of her, and like, yeah, we take what she says very seriously and value
Yeah.
her feedback. So yeah, it was
Yeah,
it's
Zeka
time.
and John Curley are good people that
I
listen
think
to.
so. Yeah. They've been in the game. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They've had their successes and they've had their failures too.
Yeah,
you know,
which is how you get to successes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a Michael Jordan quote, bro. It's not about how a champion acts when he wins. It's how he reacts after he loses.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Right?
That's really good. I like
Yeah.
that.
Thanks, MJ. Yeah. I know you're watching or listening.
2-3 listens to every
Please
episode.
subscribe. Yeah. Well, congratulations on that, guys.
I know he's been trying to get on the pod, but it's hard.
Yeah,
I mean, you
I'm
guys
busy.
gotta,
I think
got
he
a lot
lives
of
over the
bookings.
United Center's over there. We can see it here, and I'm like, man,
He wasn't there for the 2018 pod. He doesn't get to jump us
No,
for
he
the 2023
doesn't.
pod.
Yeah.
You had to be there. Sorry, MJ.
You had to be there early.
You had to be there, man. Yeah.
You had to buy the Sherm stock
Literally,
early.
as there's a giant picture of me wearing a Michael Jordan jersey behind
Yeah,
me.
right above both of our heads.
Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan.
We'll get to him.
Oh, man. Okay, Abby, you just mentioned the production process, right? You guys have released some music, Electric Pedal, an amazing song that I love so much. Scorpio Moon. This isn't your first time producing, but what can we expect from like a sonic identity perspective? Because I know from just knowing you guys that obviously Seamus is the one who taught you how to DJ and got you more into music, but you have a really good ear, so I want to know about how you've been acting in the studio, and I'd love to have his like maybe surprise about your influence.
Gosh, yeah. I think so. Scorpio Moon and Electric Pedal are like, they were very pretty songs.
They were.
They were pretty songs, but they weren't like rave ready tracks. They weren't like
No.
dance floor tracks.
For
And
sure.
I think my style, especially post pandemic, I kind of graduated from this like place that was a little bit more melodic, a little bit more like Inner Visions leaning, to like a lot harder techno and then like clubby stuff and break stuff and like faster stuff.
Right.
And so yeah, that definitely has influenced me and my production style, and the influences that I've taken are like, I know I'm super into like Effie, for example, is like one of my, I don't know, idols of producing right now. Not to say I'm copying her, but you know, we all have
That's
our
okay.
influences.
Yeah. Nothing is original. I hear ya.
No, I think yeah, we're finally making music that I think really like speaks to who we are as artists. When we made those 2 tracks before the pandemic, we were really excited about them, and they were beautiful and I think very well produced, but I don't think they really spoke to like who we were as artists even at that time. But it was just kind of like a challenge to prove to ourselves that we could do it. And I'm so proud of them. And like when I go back and listen, I'm like, wow, like we made that. That was really cool. But yeah, this stuff is much more like for the DJs, for the dance floor, for the dark sweaty clubs. I think people are gonna really like them.
Yeah, I think the goal with going into the Hot Pretty music was to distill the way we sound when we're DJing into tracks. So that's been the guiding force. And like bringing in Kirk was really helpful with that because he's almost like his role is like truly the role of like a producer on like a record where like he's helping kind of like keep everything to that sound and like translate the DJing sound. And like Kirk really understands us as DJs because we all DJ together so much. I would also like put him up pound for pound against like any other DJ in Chicago. Like I just think he's that good. Yeah. So he gets it, and he's been really able to like help us translate what our DJ sets sound like into tracks. But yeah, with Abigail like in the studio, I'm very like I always defer to like her creative instincts because they're very flawless.
That's what I was
I can be a little
sure.
I think I can be a little bit of a bully in the studio.
Ooh.
I'm the studio bully. I don't know. We would have to get
studio bully. I haven't heard that one before.
We'd have to get Kirk's
me and
input
Kirk
on
will
it.
work on something for like 20 minutes and then like play it for her, and she's like,
and I'll be like silent the whole time, just like listening, and they'll be like going and going and going, like trying to dial it in, and then I'll just be like, no, it's not good. Like, it needs to actually be this other thing. But you know, I think I have good taste.
I always listen. Yeah,
for sure.
I always defer.
No, but I love how collaborative it is, and I obviously couldn't do it alone. And yeah, Kirk's been really like our producing shaman, and it's been really fun to just like sit next to him, like have the push in front of us, and like be able to like jam out on it, and then be like, okay, like I love this now, like let's make it sound like the next thing. And he'll be able to like really dial it in for us and like get us to the sweet spot. And shout out Kirk.
You two have a lot of melodic ideas too, and I think I spend more like time on the drums.
Yeah, he's much more percussive.
That makes sense. Yeah,
I like the melodic stuff. I like the sound effects. I've recorded quite a few vocals, most of them really cringe, but
I know it's tough.
Kirk will just like we'll sit down and like read through books or just like converse, and when we come across like a phrase or word or like some theme, he'll like just write it down, and then he'll send it to me over a text, and I'll go into the bathroom and put like a blanket over my head and do it in a voice note. But I like make him listen to music because like I can tell he can hear
that
us.
self-conscious about it.
I'm so self-conscious about it, even though I know he's gonna hear it. But just knowing from the other room that he can hear me just like talking and like trying to sound like I have like an ASMR voice or something. So I'll make him like put his AirPods in and like listen to music or something while I do it, and then I'll just go take after take after take. And so you'll hear like some of me like doing my little sultry voice on some of the tracks, but it sounds sick, and I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and like I said, like they are really good, and like arrangement I think has been like super collaborative between the three of us. That's probably the thing that's like the most like everyone is throwing ideas out, but melodically, like just because she comes from like a piano background, like she's really strong with that.
I remember that.
I spend more time I mean I was drumming as a kid, and that's just like when I was producing early on. When I started DJing, I produced a lot more, and it was always like the drums for me that I spent
even when
on.
we like play out, it's like he's always manipulating the drums, like whether it's using the slip effect or the echo or the RMX, like adding snare rolls or whatever. Like that is totally his special touch. Yeah, and
I'm pretty good on that RMX drum pad.
I bet you are.
I kind of just like stand back and like let him do it, and you know he goes crazy on it. So it's fun.
I mean, there's so much to be said about being a DJ before being a producer.
I agree.
Or or even, a level above that, being an expert DJ and then becoming a producer. Like, you really have a good ear for it. You know exactly how a song needs to be structured. You can do multiple genres because you've mixed so many genres together. I think I'm like you in that sense where I like love producing music, but I just was so much more into DJing at first.
Totally.
And that's where I got my high off music. You know, getting my hands on that shit. And then when you produce, it's like, this doesn't sound good. This is sad.
Yeah.
And it takes a long time, and you need help from the Kirks of the world.
No, I'm so glad we did it this way. We're like, especially I think the pandemic was such a transformative time for me, like especially because my whole style of mixing changed. The whole way I approached playing out live changed, and my music preferences changed.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think we could have been making, or I could have been making the music that we are if I had done it in reverse. Like, my DJing is so informing the way we're producing.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously that's not the way it is with, you know, everyone. Some people, you put the cart before the horse, or the horse before the cart.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's no, like, right or wrong way to do it, but that's just, like, what has helped me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and the tracks we're making are very focused on the club and the dance floor and like being DJ tools. Like, we're never really interested in whether it's like, I mean, sure, if you want to listen to it while you're going on a run or something, but like, we're not really.
This isn't a Spotify editorial hit.
No, we're not targeting that at all.
Yeah.
And like, when we actually, that's been a really cool part of the Serum thing too, is we've been able to like get into Prism on Fridays and like listen to our tracks on the system, and that's been really helpful.
There you go.
Yeah, get them on the function ones.
Yeah.
And then we'll be like,
Garrett, what do you think?
And then sometimes Kirk will come with us, and like we'll just stand on the dance floor and like hear it, and we'll just be like taking mental notes of like, oh, okay, like this needs to change or this needs to change. And yeah, we're super lucky to be able to do that, though.
I have an amazing mix and master guy for you if you're interested.
Oh, I am.
He'll do a free trial for you. And
really?
This guy masters every single Hood Politics track, every single one of my tracks. He can do fucking anything. He's local. He's the man.
Oh, connect us. That'd be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, he's sick. And there's something that's so interesting about that, too, when, like, you test it out. And when you play it on your computer, through your speakers, through your headphones, and then through a car, and then through a sound system, it's like, oh, I hear this, I hear that. And you want to get it perfect, especially for what you guys are going for.
Yeah.
It needs to fucking sound good live.
Especially
the car is really helpful.
Gotta do the car.
Car test is crucial.
Car test, crucial.
Yeah.
I think the like final boss of testing will be
the old AirPods?
What they sound like when we play Ark.
Oh, yeah, that is...
We're going to have to...
Dude, that's Bowser for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
The final boss. Yes, well said. Yeah.
It's been a nice part of Peer Play, too, is like we can test run tracks in there
sometimes
and get
they're
the
like
fan reactions.
Sometimes they're like 60% finished, and we'll be like, let's just throw it in.
Yeah, for sure.
And
see how the crowd responds to it. And, yeah. That's
a little nerve-wracking sometimes.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh.
If
you load it up and you're like, oh, I loaded it.
Here we go.
I can really do this. All right, whatever. But that's how amazing is that when you do play it and you took that chance and people enjoy it.
Yeah.
You realize you were just in your own head about it.
Totally. And we play some weird shit. Like, I play other people's tracks where I'm like, if we had made this, we would be like, throw this out.
That is
We're
such
so
a good
hard
point.
on ourselves.
Yeah.
As artists, we're all so hard on ourselves. I know you're this way too.
It's very
like
hard on
it's a
myself.
very self-critical field to go into.
Yeah, it is.
You know, I'm in like advertising for my day job, and like the creatives in advertising aren't like, man, that commercial I did sucked. Like, they're not like beating themselves up. Like, we beat ourselves up about everything. It's like so unhealthy, actually.
Yeah, I know.
And then we'll download something, and I'm like, I swear to God, if we made this, we would say it was just bad.
It's the American culture. You're never good enough.
Right.
Yeah.
It's never good enough. It's the ego in your head. I read the Avicii book actually. And he
talks about that, right?
Ego isn't thinking that I'm better than everyone else. It's thinking that you're never good enough. It's the voice in your head that says, well, I can't believe you're even celebrating that success. What's next? Or oh, you thought that was good? That wasn't good. You know, and it's like, fuck, dude. Like, my ego's in you're in your own way, and an ego can be a good thing to a certain extent because you got to hold yourself accountable. but it can be really hard to change the thinking permanently.
Right.
On music production specifically, because it's an art, so it's subjective.
Yeah.
Right? And now you guys are launching a brand where you are going to be subjected to opinion. But
Big time.
Because you guys are so passionate about it and believe in yourself, then it won't really matter. Or
Right.
Hopefully, you know.
Yeah.
So,
And there's people, like there are people who are going to be impacted by what you're doing and who it
Dude,
means a
even
lot to
one
them. It
person.
resonates with them.
One
Yeah,
person.
literally, if one person says that they like our tracks or likes my set or whatever,
Yeah.
like that, I'm happy as a clam with that. I
Yep.
know that they're gonna be people who just don't like our music or
What about
don't.
the cat ketamine guy? What if he doesn't like your music?
Oh,
He's
that'll
gonna
be-
love it.
I will honestly be
He's gonna
so.
love it.
I'm gonna quit DJing if he
I'm
doesn't
gonna
like
quit
it.
too. Yeah. What would it take for you to quit DJing outside of being canceled? Obviously,
I don't think I would. I don't think there's anything.
there's nothing that
would.
can stop you. That's the
I
right
almost
answer.
quit.
Really.
Yeah.
When?
Oh my God, is this my emotional sensitive time?
This is your time, yeah.
Vulnerable time.
Vulnerable time. Let's get vulnerable.
Right after the pandemic ended, or like the restrictions eased up and live shows could start up again, I started getting booked a lot and bigger shows than I had ever played before. And I'd been gigging for about a year and a half before the pandemic, and then the pandemic was about a year and a half of like no shows. So I had like gigged for just as long as then I had to stop gigging because of the pandemic and everything. I mean, I was very strict in the pandemic with my like restrictions or like what I was comfortable doing, because I had 2 immediate family members working in COVID ICU, so I like saw and heard about like the roughness of it and how serious it was. So we were very careful. And then things just like switched, and all of a sudden it was like we're back, and like these shows are bigger and bigger and bigger, and I just couldn't handle it. The anxiety that I had around performing and playing for that many people, even if it was just like an opening set, like it started to like really cripple me. I had like such bad performance anxiety where I like the day of a gig, like I would be sick. Like I wouldn't sleep the night before. Like I would just be so rattled with anxiety of like messing up or like not playing the right thing, or I don't know, embarrassing myself in some way, that I literally like almost quit. And yeah, it sucked. It really sucked. I was able to get through it and like process it, and now I've like approached my like live performance in like a totally different way, which is a little bit like non-traditional, but every show is just so important to me. Whether I'm playing to like 5 people or 2,500 people, like every show is just so important to me.
Yeah.
And I want it to be like flawless every time, which I know like there's no such thing as like true perfection, but like I hold myself to a standard, and that's why like people I think react to our music so well, is because we always try and like put on the best show possible. And the thought of not being able to achieve that and not feeling prepared enough to achieve that was just like, yeah, it wore me down. And yeah, I like had to like decline a few gigs and like kind of reassess like where I was at. And then yeah, I was able to like get through it, and like now we're back, and now I'm good. But yeah, I almost quit, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm really glad I didn't, but you know.
Thanks for sharing that.
I was like, you're not fucking quitting.
Oh, and it was
I practiced some tough love.
the amount that he would get so frustrated, but lovingly supportive and encouraging.
Partner,
But yeah, I think the hardest one was like I opened Sir Mac Hall by myself.
Oh my God, for Peggy?
No, this wasn't for Peggy. This was actually I opened for Panpot and Ellen Alien, which was kind of an interesting booking for me because they're like really hard techno DJs, and I don't play that hard. Right. So I think that one was a little bit like, first of all, like, oh, I'm not sure if this is like the right booking for me, but like I took it. And then, yeah, it was probably like my 3rd gig since the pandemic restrictions eased. And obviously playing to a room that big, I just like wasn't practiced at that, and I wasn't like used to playing on a system that big, and like, you know, it was just like really intimidating.
It's
and
stimulation.
Yeah, I was sick over it. I was literally sick over it, and it was like literally up until like we drove into the parking lot of Cermak Hall and Radius, and I was like, I don't think I can even go in. But then I did it, and like my preparation and my practice of my set that I had like pre-planned and like really mastered, like it all paid off, and like it was like very much a triumphant moment to like walk off from that, and then have like Pan Pot come and like say that they liked my set and like you know, whatever, but they were nice guys. Yeah,
be proud of yourself.
I am, you know, like, and I've seen like I have so much like heart for the live act, and I know it means so much to me. And when I see other DJs struggle, like there was one set where another girl was playing after me and she was closing the night, and she was struggling like significantly and
visibly and
vocally.
like she was vocally, and like she was like having a full-on panic attack.
Oh man.
And I suffer from like really intense anxiety and panic attacks myself, so I like fully knew what she was going through in that moment. And like, you know, I just want to be like an advocate for that stuff, because it is like regardless of if you're playing to like, again, an empty room or 5 people or like however many people, like you go through what you go through, and it's sometimes you just have hard nights or hard months or hard 6 months, and like you know, we have to be kind to one another and kind to ourselves and like honor where we're at. But yeah, it's kind of like just get back on the horse and like do what you need to do to get back on the horse. And like I've found what I need to do to be able to like walk into a club, whether it's Smart Bar or like opening for Peggy Goo or whatever it is, and feel like I've got this. So now that I'm at that place, even though it takes a lot of preparation on the front end for me to be able to do that, like I'm so happy that I can, and just feel really good where I'm like, I'm so ready for this, and then I can just transcend in that experience and in that moment and really just enjoy it.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's funny because for so many people, music is their language, whether it's DJing or producing or writing it or whatever, right? And then we unfortunately are in the music business, where it's a business, right? And you have to perform if you want to make money or make this your career, and it can be a lot. Yeah. And oh my God, sometimes like before you go on, like all you need is just like that 5 minutes of silence, and you just can't get it.
You can never get it. The other thing is, it's not just, I would say like it's a business, which is tough, but it's also a scene, which is tough. Because every move you make has like second order considerations you have to make, and you can just ruin yourself and like put yourself in a really bad position by just like, you can just get so caught up in like the scene part of it and like worrying about what people are gonna, I mean,
the who's who of backstage.
Yeah, and like what are people gonna think about us doing this thing, and are you too mainstream for the underground, or are you too underground for the mainstream, and like all these like
the politics of it are
sceney politics, which
truly.
I have like, I think like we're always sensitive to them, but I think I've also recently been just like really like fuck it, like
I'm sensitive to it too, for sure.
Yeah,
because like for us doing like stuff at Prism was like doing Serum was like a huge question of like, is this going to ruin our street cred or something? But also if someone is like coming to you with an opportunity to take a venue that has traditionally been like not aligned with the ethos of dance music and align it closer to the ethos of dance music and give people the chance to see great artists in Chicago who would not be coming otherwise, or play with artists that they would never have the chance to play with. It's like, don't hold back that contribution because you're worried about like what people are gonna think of you, you know.
Yeah, a lot of times no one is actually thinking of you.
Yeah,
they're thinking of you. I don't know though.
Maybe they are. I don't know. That's what I tell myself. I go, no one's thinking about that. And I'm like, my ego is like, no, they are thinking about that. Yeah.
I think they are. Well, I don't know. Certain people are.
I think some people are. I think
the fans are. The regular dancers are not.
The people
the other
matter.
DJs and the other promoters are.
Oh, definitely the other DJs for sure.
But then when you crush it, they're like on board.
Yeah.
Or when they come and have a great time.
Yeah, you can sway them. I think for me also, like, and not to pull like gender politics or whatever into it, but like being a woman, and I know that this is like a conversation that's like regularly had, but I think for my experience as like a female DJ in the scene, like I feel a lot of pressure, I think, to always stay cutting edge and stay, again, at the highest level of performance all the time, because I have an aesthetic and I have a look, and I know that if I did the wrong thing or if I started to train wreck or whatever, how many people, how many specifically straight white male DJs would say something along the lines of, oh, it's just because she's like, she looks the way that she does.
Saw that coming or something.
Whatever.
Like that.
Yeah. Like the pressure is so on, and that's
real.
And I just want to be like, literally, fuck you guys. Like, I'm so much better than you.
Dude, I feel you. Danny Deal said this to me. She goes, I don't like being called a female DJ. I'm just a DJ.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I'm an artist. Like, I'm not a female artist.
Right.
Like, I'm a person, you know?
Right.
Yeah. But, like, it's so interesting how hypercritical people are of, like, female DJs, brands, whether it's on social media or just a way that they dress, if they're aligned with, like, I don't know, having a lot of Instagram followers or like being super into fashion and the way that they present themselves. Like, we were with a DJ that like we really respect, and he was basically like saying kind of like negative things about how like, oh, it's so sad that Peggy feels like she has to have this like brand. It's all about the brand. And I was like, I think that Peggy is one of the most talented DJs in the world. Like, regardless of her brand, like she is so good. She is so on point.
Oh my God.
And also, why does it have to be either or? Like, you're a good DJ or you're like into fashion or you're into whatever. It's like we can all embrace and express our like the variety of who we are and our different interests. And I also think that it's also kind of just like misogynistic to be like, oh, if like women express themselves in their like truest form, whether they are super femme or not, like it's still a way to like put women down and cast them in a role that they don't deserve to be in because everyone's complex. Like, it would be like, I don't know, these DJs or these people who like criticize, like, would you go to like David Bowie and be like, hey man, like focus on the music?
Totally. That's such a good, that's so good.
Wow,
so
that was
true.
beautifully put. Yeah.
Like, you just wouldn't do that. You
No.
know?
Man, I wish Bowie would just focus more on the music.
Or like,
man.
Or like,
what's
man,
with all this other
Prince,
bullshit?
Like...
Prince.
With the jackets, just focus on, just play guitar,
man.
bro.
Sing, stop.
That's so good.
That is so good.
I mean, I get very like, I speak passionately about it because obviously like fashion and beauty is like my other great love. I'm just like a person of aesthetics.
Yeah.
So the way that I can like blend all of the mediums of art that I love together, that brings me so much self-actualization. And whether people like the way I look or the way I dress or they don't, like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
it's all a choice. Like, even if you're like trying to go really like, I rumpled and I don't care, that's a choice of your look, and you're trying to send some message about yourself by like, oh, I'm someone who doesn't care about this type of thing. Yeah. I remember early on in like seeing live music, my cousin is like a big jam band guy and I had only seen concerts where like there was like a costume change, like, you know, big production shows, like a Lady Gaga type of show.
Right.
And he was watching like Fish. Like a tape of Fish
nice.
Playing, and I was like, so like, did these guys like choose these clothes? And he's like, what do you mean? Like, they just, that's like what they woke up and put on, and then they went to the show, and I couldn't wrap my head around that, you know?
Yep.
I was like, wait, that's just, so they just came and like what they put on when they woke up?
Yeah.
I mean, I certainly don't do that for D.
No. I mean, I get dressed up for sure. I get dressed
but
up
he had
for
so
this
much
shit.
pride in the fact that they just wore, like, he was so like, yeah, no, man, they're just fucking wearing what they wear, man. And
Yeah,
like,
it's all about the music, man.
Yeah. But it's like, yeah, again, it's all a choice.
it's
and
such
like,
a deliberate.
I don't respect people more or less based on the way that they look when they perform.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why other people like do like
Might be more interested.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I might connect with them on that like aesthetic level like you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, gosh, we live in a fucking weird world, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we really
And the
do.
difference between a algorithm and a DJ is like the human being that's up there.
Yep.
So that if that human being is interesting, and there's a billion ways for them to be interesting.
Yeah.
You can be interesting in so many different ways. Like, you don't need to be conventionally attractive or conventionally fashionable. Like, there's so many ways to be interesting, and but it is about that. It is about that human being, and you are a performance artist. I know a lot of people talk about like they wish people weren't looking at the DJ. I kind of think it's cool that people look at the DJ. Like, again, I think that's what
I think it's cool.
Yeah, I think that's what separates it from like a playlist, right?
That's
it's
what
like,
made me want to be a DJ, actually.
Yeah.
Me
Not
too.
that I want to be looked at, but that like there are looks to being a DJ. Like, I fucking love watching like Ida. What's it? Wow, I'm blanking. Engberg, yeah.
Yeah.
She looks so fucking cool up there.
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah.
obviously gorgeous, but like I'm just like, what? How is she DJing? It doesn't even look like she's moving.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel the same way about Blessed Madonna. Like, she
Yeah,
is
yeah.
such a
Yeah.
presence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean,
Such a
DJing is
welcoming-
performance art. It's
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
don't go to the ballet and like turn the other way.
Nope.
Like, you know, it's as much of a visual thing as it is a sonic thing, in my opinion. I know that not everyone would agree with that, but
Yeah, well, that's like the old school, and like I definitely respect and understand. Like, you don't need to see the DJ to enjoy the music, but like that's just the music aspect of it. Like, we're
Yeah.
talking about the real performance art aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
that's why I love musicals, actually, because I believe that is like one of the most difficult performance aspects. You are
So
acting,
hard.
you are singing, you are dancing, you are talking, you are memorizing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
that's everything.
Yeah, so when I was a kid, I was like an actor, and I did a lot of musicals, and that's like how I
Really?
fell in love. And that's why I think I actually here
Here
funny
we go.
enough,
Let's get vulnerable.
yeah.
Zoe,
no, it's
you're
not-
up.
throwback story. No, my this guy. So when I was in grammar school, I started doing plays, and like the director of our grammar school plays was a very serious actor from New York. Aaron
Cool.
Weiner is his name, and he now runs Philip Seymour Hoffman's theater company in New York. And he was just in this Apple TV show, and like he's like
Holy
he's just
shit.
a great actor.
Yeah,
like
I
he's a
definitely
real
recognize that
working
name.
theater actor. He's in this new show called The Big Door Prize on Apple TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's dope in it. And so yeah, Aaron Weiner, and he actually like we recently reconnected, and he was like, because he like got me my agent when I was a kid and stuff, and like really like was the reason I like really got into acting and the reason I went to film school for college and stuff. He really like set me on my path, and I recently reconnected with him. Hadn't talked to him in years.
Wow.
And I was just like, because he got that show, and I wanted to reach out and be like, man, I think about you all the time. And he was like, you know, it makes so much sense to me that you're doing what you're doing now, because it's like a total evolution of
Wow.
who you were as a kid. And it's the
Yeah.
same feeling. It's like the same feeling on stage belting out a song and like as it is DJing, right? It's like that give and take of like live theater is the same thing in DJing.
It's also like, I mean, for the people who are like, oh, you shouldn't have to like see the DJ, but like when you go to a festival, for example, and you go because you know it's gonna be like insane production value,
Yeah.
like the LED screens or whatever it is, the pyrotechnics, like, are you just not paying attention to that either? Like,
Yeah, that doesn't impress me
know.
as much anymore.
Really, the like festival production stuff?
I love what Skrillex is doing. He's shaking shit up, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like,
definitely.
I like that boiler room shit. Like,
Yeah.
where you really are there with the artist. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's cool.
Compared to like A Tale of Us, where it's like this big like
Yeah, like
screen
that's
and
I
it's
haven't
all-
like that's overplayed to me, and I haven't
Yeah, I
even
agree.
seen it at this
Yeah,
point. Like,
yeah,
you can thank social
totally.
media for that, obviously,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
like I think everyone thinks they've seen Tale of Us at this point.
yeah, yeah. If you've seen a video, you've seen Tale of Us.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's another topic, but I love that like performance aspect of it, where it is so raw and they're right there. Like,
Yeah,
I was just actually talking to somebody about this recently. We are just talking about our favorite sets we've ever seen.
Yeah.
And to bring up Skrillex again, I somehow heard about an underground party in Barcelona when I was studying abroad. Skrillex was in town, and I was like, I have got to fucking go. It was 2014.
Ooh, yeah.
And, you know, this is like Skrillex.
I interned for him that year. So
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah.
So he was on one in that
dude, he was
time.
playing some fucking sick shit.
Yeah, he was great. And he was playing a lot of, like, houseier and garage type of stuff.
It was his mixing ability and his presence and the energy from the crowd. There was no LED screen. It was this underground secret club. I think there was like 6 lights in there, maybe.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the people, you know, Spanish people are the best. So they were fucking dancing, and I got to really experience like what a live performance aspect is from a DJ. Like he was just so into it.
Yeah.
And that got me so into it too. And you know, and then, like, I guess compared to Ida, like, she's not, like, you know, making eye contact with the crowd. Like, everybody put your hands up. But, like, there is something to be said about how everyone has their own flavor.
I love that everyone has their own flavor. I completely agree.
You know?
Yeah, I notice stage presence so much.
Yeah. And I think it's also, like, DJing is a very physical activity. And, like,
oh, my
it's really,
God, I'm sweating balls after
like, to
sets.
bring back the Blessed Madonna, like, she is such a muscly DJ. DJ Heather's like that, too.
Yeah.
They're like boxers in the ring.
Dude, DJ Heather looks like she could punch someone.
It's very physical and,
Yeah,
like,
it
beat
is.
them up.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
that Jack and House, like,
it's so awesome.
physicality, or compared to, like, Peggy, who's very, like, flowy and smooth and, like, almost like the dance moves are like rehearsed, but they're not. But like,
she's just so on
so
point.
on cue.
She's just like, it's either like she's kind of stoic up there when she's like going through her transitions, and then like as soon as like the big moment, she's just like flawlessly like with the crowd in motion. And yeah, it's very much like this physical thing that is like an act of service to other people. Like you do it because it makes other people happy. It makes yourself happy. Like do it for yourself. But like when you get to a certain level, you're doing it for other people. And like I think that relationship that you have with the crowd is so important as well. It's like very much a transfer of energy. And like if you're feeling them and they're feeling you, like that's just a great party.
It is, because you can feel their relationship with the music. That's what I like.
Right,
that's
exactly.
What I try
that is
and
what
do.
it comes down to.
Yeah, like when I play a song, like it's intentional. You know, like that's why I'm so happy to be an artist that I chose to be these days, where you know, you get to Chicago, and I was like, all right, I got to become a DJ, so I guess I got to play all these fucking clubs and play these 5-hour open format sets. And like that, I learned a lot from that. How to read a crowd, how to fucking mix genres, how to entertain, like how to get people going that don't want to get going.
I talk about that with Kirk all the time.
Yeah, and Chicago is a fucking tough scene.
Yeah.
Like, you got to play a lot of different crowds, man. A lot of different types of people.
Big time.
A lot of different times of the day. And through that, I have learned of like what songs that I'm like forgot about maybe, and I still come back to those, whether it be dance music or not. And that's like a really exciting thing for me, because every song I play is with real intention, and I can tell that people see that I'm excited to be playing this song.
Totally.
I mix it in, I put the headphones down, I fucking scream the words at you. Yeah, exactly. It's the best.
It is the best.
It's the fucking best, man. If you could describe your relationship with music, what would it be?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about transcendence for me. It's like just total presence.
Yep.
Especially like in the club, if it's going well, you're just fully present.
I know.
In the moment, in a way
like
that
a dog,
I'm not.
Dude.
In
I'm
other,
a fucking dog. I'm like literally like I can't do anything else but be in this moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it drags you into the present, which is very increasingly rare to be in the present.
I know. What about you?
I think the same. Transcendence. I think experimentation and risk taking is also a big part of my relationship with music.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so much this like undescribable feling.
Yeah.
Of like taking that risk, executing it, and then having that payoff. There's so much like love in my relationship with music. Like when I play, like oftentimes I'll like just like quietly set an intention like right before I like play my first track that like I'm gonna like push my love through like the speakers, and that sounds really corny and cheesy and whatnot, but like I just like I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. To
Push
be
My Love
honest.
Through the Speakers is a good sample.
Push
we
My
should
Love
put
Through
that
the
in.
Speakers.
Yeah, I'm gonna need
That's
that.
good.
That recording. But yeah, it's really indescribable.
I feel like it's where I'm supposed to be. Like when I'm in those moments.
Yeah.
I really, it's hard to do when you're performing, especially for like a bigger crowd, because it's a lot to think about. But
Yeah.
that's when I'm like, I'm just gonna look up and live in the moment and appreciate the opportunity and this time and how lucky I feel to be alive and have opportunities like this. It's like home, you know? It's
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, it feels like there's nowhere else I'm supposed to be right now.
Yep.
I find
Like,
it
nothing
easier to
else
play to a
matters.
bigger crowd though than a smaller crowd
I
at
do
this
too.
point.
Yeah. Which is, you know, I'm proud to say, because not everybody get those opportunities.
Yeah.
But yeah. It can be tough, a small crowd or a smaller crowd,
Yeah.
because people say read the room. Reading the room, I don't think it's reading the room. You guys might agree with this. I think you got to read certain people that are giving you a little bit of energy. You give them the energy, and then they do the hard work for you on the day.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, totally.
Like I'm not gonna play every song that everybody likes because I read the room.
Right, and if you
Right.
read the room and it's a cold room and it's just cold, it's like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Find one person who's like, all right.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But I think like that all being said, that was like a challenge for me to like be authentically myself as an artist, where it's like, I don't know, I take my selecting very seriously, as do all DJs, but for me, like, I want to play the tracks that feel like exactly who I am, and regardless of if it's a really cold room or a really hot room, like, I'm still gonna play it. And like, even if it translates to one person out of 5 people that are maybe on the dance floor that night, like, if I was able to do that for one person and hook them and have them, like, you know, feel something, then I feel seen, and then I feel like I did what I was supposed to do that night. But yeah, for me, it's less of like a call and response with the crowd, for me personally. And this is another thing that like maybe is like weird, but yeah, I typically just like have what I'm gonna play like set up and outlined, and I'm just like, hopefully when people are there and they are receiving it, like, it comes across as like a great thing to them. And if it doesn't, like, oh well, but like, this is what I want to say tonight. Kind of like, I don't know, like a stand-up comedian, they've like got their thing that they're gonna say, and they've got all their jokes or whatever, and they're just like, hopefully these are like these don't go over people's heads or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
There's a lot of similarities.
Did I just
Like, there's older people in the room tonight. I'm gonna try a different material. Yeah, like, you're going up with your
Well,
set.
and like stand-up comedians, not all jokes are gonna hit the same in different cities,
Totally.
Yeah, totally.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when being a DJ, having that experience, can come in handy.
Yeah.
As you
Totally.
continue to scale.
Yeah.
Because, man, you gotta have a fucking catalog. Like, this DJ recently that I was performing with, he's a friend, but, you know, I don't know him too well. And I accidentally took his USB and I loaded it in recently into my record box. His playlist thing was not good. And I was like, what is this playlist? It's like house, trap, R&B, and I was like, bro, like, we just played this like show, like, what the fuck, man? And my playlist is like, I'm curious to ask you guys this too, but my playlists are usually either from a specifically curated mix or a set that I've played, where I go through, like, I make playlists for almost every single set. I'm not picking the song by song, but I'm trying to put myself in that moment and give myself options.
Yeah, we're definitely, the playlists are set by set for us too.
Yeah.
But
fully set by
I
set.
do have playlists that are genre organized too.
Yeah.
I use that tagging feature on Rekordbox. Do you know?
Oh,
that?
yeah, of course.
So, and then like auto playlists.
Yeah.
So I have like genre tags on all my tracks, and then they get auto put into a playlist that correlates with that genre.
Yeah.
And then I have like moods that are 2 genres combined sometimes. And then then the tagging will just put it in the playlist automatically. So if something's like acid and like, if it's tagged as like acid and breaks, then there's like a third folder that's like transcendence or something.
Damn, I'm not doing it like that.
Yeah.
It's like, how much fun is it coming back to a playlist though, and you're like, I've been wanting to play this track for 3 years.
Yeah, it is really nice.
It's really nice.
Yeah, you go back sometimes and you're like, damn, this is like, I didn't even think this was good back when I downloaded it.
Yeah,
And now
I
it's
know.
like exactly what I need.
They stay on the playlist.
But we also download so much new stuff. Like I mean, we play a lot, and we try to like not really play
I mean, especially because like we're just hitting the local scene so hard, and we know a lot of like repeat customers are gonna be coming like weekend after weekend. So we're like, oh, we really gotta like keep it new and keep it fresh.
That's something with Pure Play. It's like every month. It's like even if that's the only gig, we gotta come totally different.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
There's some tracks, obviously. Some tracks are just too good to not play a couple times.
Yeah.
But we try to keep it fresh.
And there's like, you know, some DJs like Aristrue talks about how like the more you play a track, the more power you give it. And I really like.
I like that.
Yeah.
I really learned what that meant for me this year. Like there's a few tracks that we have in our arsenal that are just like every time.
They're hitters. And
I don't feel awkward or cringe or embarrassed to play them again and again, or like have like people take videos of us playing them again and again, because I'm like, this is what we're trying to say, and like this is what feels right.
And it's so perfectly what we're trying to say. Yeah, she says it with vinyl too, which makes a lot of sense because she's like, it's, you know, a physical object that's picking up
it's tangible
spiritual value, and for her, I mean, these are records she's had like since the 90s.
Yeah, that's epic.
Yeah.
But I think it's the same for digital. Like it is, it's just true of like tracks in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the world we live in now.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
It's so cool talking to people that grew up on vinyl and how they looked for the music. And, you know, like Paul from Ghetto Blaster told me this story about how he worked at a record store in Chicago, and if a good house record would come in, he'd buy all 30 of the records so nobody else could have them.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of those DJs talk about
take
that.
a Sharpie and black out the names because DJs would come up and be like, what track is this? Be like, no one else gets this.
Yeah.
OG gatekeepers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, trying to be restrictive with it.
Yeah.
I'm very pro telling anyone the ID you're playing.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, got 2,000 more where that came from.
Yeah, that's fucking right. You gotta have that confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I playlist on Rekordbox is like, I don't know.
Very straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, super straightforward for me. It's like the set by set by set, but then like, ooh, I'm insane for this. Time periods that I've downloaded them in.
I know a lot of DJs do that.
Time periods.
Yeah, so
like
it'll be like, last 3 months, all the tracks that I've downloaded in the last 3 months, and then like another folder that's like the year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
don't think that's weird at all. A lot of people do that.
I mean,
I'm chemical
you fucking own your style. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, dude, if it works.
I mean, it works for me, but like I have a feeling it'll stop working for me at a certain point, and then I'll kind of have like Rekordbox like existential dread about like, how do I do this?
Organize these?
I understand.
Where do I go from here, and like how will it make sense for me? But yeah, I'm big on like time periods where I'm like, okay, the last 3 months, these are the tracks, and like, yeah, this is fresh and new and like exciting, even if it's an older track that I've done, like whatever. Yeah, it's just like where I'm at right now.
So much music too that's released every day. I think
so
it's like
much.
80,000 songs a day on Spotify.
Is that really?
I don't know how many are good, but
yeah,
that's
a lot of tracks.
Yeah, and there's nothing better than finding like a fucking SoundCloud gem or
Bandcamp,
doing A&R and hearing all this unreleased music. I'm like, oh yeah,
yeah. One thing that like we've been doing a lot, if we're having like, if we're stuck in a rut on trolling for tracks digitally, we'll just pop over to Gramophone because we live really close to there, and we'll just like go and like, I'm like big in like the trance techno area, so I'll just go pick out some records, don't know, like pick them blindly, go pop them on, listen to them, and then like take photos of them or like buy the record. And then I'll just like go down the rabbit holes. Like I recently discovered like Force Mass Motion, who's like old school like trance techno guy. Been playing a lot of his tracks. Good.
Trance techno is very popular today. People just don't realize that it was already popular.
Right, totally.
Yeah.
But some of these tracks, I mean, like, God, there's some gems out there.
There are
gems. It's that feeling of finding that new track. You're just like so excited. You're so excited.
Yeah.
It's the best.
And then you get to play it out, and then you're just like, yeah, like everyone's like going crazy, and you're going crazy.
Yep.
It's a high like none other.
And they Shazam, and it's like from fucking 1997, and they're like, what?
Oh, yeah. I love when that happens.
Yeah.
Love when that happens on the dance floor as a patron.
You see them doing that?
I Shazam like crazy in every club.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Kirk's always like trying to hide it, and I'm just like.
I try to hide it too
I don't give a
sometimes.
fuck. I'm just like openly Shazamming.
I do try to hide it sometimes.
Most people do.
but
I like always see the DJs like sneaky Shazamming. I hold it up.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't care.
Yeah, you're a fan.
It's a good track, man. I want to. I want to know what
Respect.
it is. Yeah.
Fuck it, we ball.
Yeah, I love when they do, and I make eye contact, and I go unreleased, and they're like, God damn it, yeah, you send it to me, and they're like a fan too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck it, I'll send you a Dropbox link.
Right?
Sure,
why
yeah.
not?
Like,
Sure, yeah.
Take it. I
Spin
don't know
it
what
in
you're
the car.
gonna do with it.
Yeah,
yeah, go
They're
for
just
it,
gonna
man.
listen to it on their own time.
Yeah, hey.
Hey, it's better.
Probably
than,
better to
like,
give it to them
having
than another DJ.
rinse it a bunch of
Yeah.
times.
Absolutely.
There you go.
So you catch my drift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear your guys' fucking music.
I'm excited to get it out there. We're gonna send you
Please.
a private SoundCloud link and see
Cannot wait.
what you think. See if you have any people we can put it in the hands of.
Absolutely. And I'm going to give you the info for the mix and master guy, and he's going to fucking take that shit to the next level.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also on the topic of like the track stuff.
Yeah.
Just to say, like, I think talking about like us as artists and like what we do differently or what we contribute to as the duo.
Yeah.
Like she is like such a great selector, and like I think her mixing style is like very like storytelling and very like let the track like
Moments.
tell its story
Mm-hmm.
and like have its moment. And I think I'm very much like a technician of
Yeah.
that's like my thing. I'm
What a
into
great
with
combo.
DJing. Like I love like this technology of the CDJ is like I'm obsessed with it. And and the mixer and like knowing all the effects and all the like weird stuff you can do. So yeah, that's really the combination we're bringing with this Hot Pretty thing is like her a lot of like the taste and the selection. I mean, we're both finding the tracks, but like I think that's like something that she's really strong at. And then me with like when we're in the club and like, you know, I love my build-ups.
Yes.
My builds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, every time I see you play, it's like, I mean, honestly, I never recognize one song. Maybe a fucking Prospa song or something like that. But it's just so exciting because I see you guys having a really good time.
Totally. Yeah.
And it's because you genuinely enjoy like DJing.
Yes.
And you don't make it seem like it's too cool, you know? Like you just enjoy the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, Seamus, you've taught me some fucking shit on the CDJs that I'll show people and they're like, what?
Yeah.
Like when you bring the fucking volume up on the reverb and you hit it on the little
Oh
X
yeah,
pad.
and the little X pad. Yeah.
It's just swaggy, you know?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
This is also when we were talking about like people are starting to DJ and like the dilettantes.
Uh-huh.
Like when I have some of those people behind the booth, I like to like throw a little slip mode and stuff, and they're just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, absolutely.
Slip mode's a good one.
Yeah.
Slip mode's a very good
or
one.
fun, like a spin back is really satisfying.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
but
absolutely.
that's kind of like a
People are getting the
trick.
spin back now.
People get the spin
But
back.
But slip mode is for
slip mode's elite.
Yeah.
If you slip mode on a break in a transition, I'll do it sometimes and it'll work, and I'm like, oh, thank God that worked.
You gotta move quickly on that one, but
You do.
On the 3000s, you can slip mode a spin back and then turn off slip mode and it'll go back to the
3000s are fucking nuts.
Yeah.
They're intimidating.
I've grown to like them a lot more.
I've grown to like them a lot.
I like
too.
them a lot more.
I started out hating them.
Send us some.
Also, the
Pioneer for
V10
free,
I love now too.
Yeah, me too. I love the V10.
Yeah.
People are afraid of that thing.
That isolator.
I was really afraid of it in the beginning.
It's just a lot of buttons.
It's a lot of buttons. I don't need the 4-band EQ. That's kind of
No.
obnoxious to me. But the filter is so much better.
Oh my God, I can fucking rip it
I
and
also
bring
don't
it
need
back.
the 6 channels.
No, I don't need the 6 channels.
No, I don't need the
It's
6
too
channels.
much
Give me
surface
4
area.
with that
Yeah.
filter and then the isolator up top.
Yeah.
The isolator's
Yeah.
so sick.
That was like actually, so Dixon, you know, he was always touring with his like custom Isono mixer, and now he plays on the V10.
Really?
Only, yeah.
All
It
these
probably
guys are
also
playing
got
the
like
V10 now.
a little tedious for him to tour with his
Yeah, but
own
I think
mixer.
when they added that isolator, he was like, "Oh,
That's what I needed.
that's all I needed."
Yeah.
God, it just got hot too.
Yeah,
Fucking
it was a little warm in here, but
You got the
apartments in
Nest on the
Chicago,
phone?
man. Yeah, huh?
You got the Nest on the phone.
I do.
Ooh,
You
slick.
like that? It's the first time I've
Yeah.
had this. I like it.
It's
Yeah,
cool. We
it's
actually,
nice. We don't have
our
the app,
landlord,
but-
he's vague about why we can't have the app.
What? Is he
He's
watching
like-
you?
No, he's just like, yeah, like, I don't know. I couldn't get, it was like something about it not being able to get it working or something. Like he He's been very adamant that the app is not possible.
It's definitely possible. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys, this has been such a fun conversation.
Yeah.
It really has.
I always
nice.
love chatting with you guys every single time. It's always too long in between, unfortunately, because we're so goddamn busy.
I know.
Yeah.
And we also have the day jobs too.
We gotta
Yeah.
give you like good life updates. Like we gotta be able to like let some shit happen and then
Yeah.
come back
And then come back together for the convo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are
Definitely.
you still working the same spot?
Dude, same job. Logistics salesman. I'm a director now. I've been there for 8 years.
Yeah, you've been climbing the ranks, man.
Yeah. Trying
Congrats.
to find a way out one day, obviously.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
Aren't
Obviously,
we
us
all?
too.
I'm trying to get deep in the YouTube game. Doing some
Really?
master classes right now.
Oh.
Trying to just build my online presence.
Build like a YouTube following for yourself?
Yeah, I mean,
Mr.
like, it doesn't
Beast
have to, yeah,
style?
yeah, I'm trying to be Mr. Beast. No,
Yeah.
I just know that I believe my biggest audience is on YouTube, and they just haven't found me yet, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And I'm underutilizing the gear that I have and
Yeah.
some of the advice and talents and stuff, and sometimes you just are getting in your own way and making excuses and stuff. So
Right.
I've found this course. It's called Circle, and it's just like a cohort sort of.
Okay.
And there's classes, there's like next level podcasting, how to get advertising and make money from what I'm doing, you know, because like
Absolutely.
my day job has just been supplying all that.
Completely.
Yeah,
Which
we get that.
Is
It's a
I'm
necessary
grateful.
Where do you
evil.
see the most like traffic on Sherm in the booth? Is it
probably Instagram.
right? Yeah, yeah, totally.
Yeah, probably
yeah.
Instagram,
That makes
which
sense.
where I put the most effort, but now where I get the least back, I guess, like on a personal level, like it's where the following is, but man, it drives me fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Right? Like
It's
that's why I've like
it's frustrating.
I took some time to like refocus. Like I have some really exciting music that I'm stoked about.
Yeah.
But when you try and balance all these things, I mean, you know, I'm fucking married. Like I have a job, I have music, I have the podcast, I have Hood Politics.
Yeah.
Like, there's only 24 hours in a day.
You're
like,
booking.
Yeah, I'm booking. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, dude, there's so many things going on. And I've been on these out-of-town shows, which has been amazing.
Yeah, good.
But
That's
Yeah,
been
your
great.
tour.
I'm
That was
on
so
a fucking
exciting.
tour. I got a headline show in Denver next at the end of this month.
That's awesome.
Fucking amazing.
A year ago, I wasn't sure if things like that would ever happen.
Yeah.
But it's all about balance. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that all been through the Hood Politics thing? Do you think that
It
like
has
really
been
opened
a
the door
huge
to that?
proponent for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely relationships and how much I've been able to give back. And,
Right.
you know, when you build a brand that is always going to have more potential than an individual brand, sort of like any label can always be bigger, I believe, than the individual artists. Because
Yes.
of everything that can go into it.
Totally.
So there's a bunch of us that are all building our individual brands through Hood Politics, which has been amazing.
People are so much more down also on social media to follow like a brand than a person.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
The Hood Poly IG just constantly getting followers,
Same with
comments.
Manifest, and I'm just
yeah.
like, why are like they're just rolling
I'm
in?
like, hey, it's me.
And we're killing ourselves on
Yeah.
our personal pages.
Yeah.
I think that's another reason the Hot Pretty thing is like a good move.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That has been a long time coming, and I'm one of those people who said, you guys got to do this shit.
Yeah,
But-
totally. You were.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the smart people were like, make
All
it
the
happen.
smart people.
Yeah.
Where do you guys think your biggest fan base is going to lie? On the dance floor?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's like been our calling card so far.
Mm-hmm.
Is like just the dance floor. Like I think to us tracks again, it's like the tracks to us are just the vehicle to get to the club.
Definitely.
Get to like the clubs to play for
Yeah.
people.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
the
your guys'
live
year.
experience of it, like there's nothing more precious than the present moment, like, and the in-person experience. Like we found that out the hard way in the pandemic. Like when we came out of it, we were like, this is like where we're supposed to be and how our music is supposed to be enjoyed and listened to and received.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to be aware of the world we live in with technology and social media and everything, but I can honestly say I'm really happy that I'm alive during this time because of what you can do.
Right. Totally.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Even though AI is getting a little scary.
that's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. I mean, I don't know. I think kind of Zooey said it earlier. Like, there's always gonna be the human element to things.
Maybe AI could do it better, but
it's not interesting. It's just like a bot, like a chat bot picking tracks. Like the whole. That's again, that's why.
Just
it's
go
all
listen
about
to
the
a
human
Spotify
being.
playlist then, like
You're
in
gonna
your
weed out the
room.
weak, man. Like anybody that could be replaced by AI maybe should. No offense.
Right.
But I don't know. I think there's a purpose for everything. But AI is. It seemed like last year was long way away. But
I know now they're like, wait, like no more.
Yeah, but everybody was talking about like this about NFTs last year too. Everyone's like,
true.
everything's gonna be an NFT.
Not NFTs did not.
They're done.
Yeah.
And
I did not invest or do any of that.
Neither
shit.
did I.
I'm glad I never took the time to really understand it. I tried, and I was like, it's not interesting to me, so it's not for me.
Yeah.
I worked in the first crypto boom, and I knew from that how fake all of it was. Because I worked at like a crypto company.
Oh my god!
And I was like, oh, this is all fugazi. And so when the NFTs were coming around, I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
I just like don't even understand any of it.
Good,
like,
you didn't need
I don't
to,
need to. Like this is all imaginary. Like whatever. It's not the reality I'm living in.
Yeah. You dodged the bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all dodged a bullet.
I know some people went down hard on
it. Yeah.
I think I lost like $20 on Dogecoin. And then I was like, like that was my one contribution, like trying.
Yeah.
And just like I fell on my face with that, like really.
Dude.
Yeah, and it's like that's less than we pay for like a bottle of moisturizer.
I'm a fucking Jew. I don't gamble. That's hard-earned money. Yeah, I'm not gonna gamble it.
Oh, mazel tov.
Yeah, like I have a financial advisor who makes calculated investments, and he updates me on them. And I appreciate that.
You gotta connect me with this guy. I need this guy.
He's a good. I got a couple people to connect you with.
Plug me with the mixing mastering guy and the investment guy.
It's the same guy.
Fuck, man.
Now we're talking.
Backspin,
this guy's a legend.
It's the cat ketamine guy.
He's upstairs right now.
My guy. Yeah, that's right.
He's on the 5th floor.
Yeah, you know,
517.
He helped me move in. He runs the building. I run into him all the time.
Dude, that guy was so funny. I remember so vividly now. I mean, it was so strange, like going to the roof of your building and then all of a sudden just somebody saying my name and I look and I have no idea who they are and then they're like, I took a photo with you.
He didn't do a good job introducing himself.
Not so much. I hope he doesn't watch this.
He didn't seem
I hope he does because we appreciate you coming to the shows.
Yeah, we
He didn't seem like he had his wits about him up there.
But I remember I went to, it was the night of the first ever Pure Play because it was my birthday and I really wanted to play on my birthday. So Pure Play was the first one on my birthday.
Of course.
And Kai it was also his birthday and he did the JP Graziano set just like in the street.
Legendary.
And I went with my friend and I was like, let's just go check it out. I had no idea what it was going to be like, but there were people like spilling out into the street. Like it was crazy. I was like, this is so cool. Just running into like all the people in the scene that we know. And then all of a sudden this guy's like, oh, I've like seen you DJ, like you're Abigail, da-da-da-da. He was like, wait, I really want to get a photo with you. So he handed his girlfriend the phone, was like, babe, like take my photo with this girl. And I was like, oh my God, like this is weird.
Yeah.
Like, sorry. And then so he like took the photo and then he's just kind of like, I don't know, clearly was on cat tranquilizers that night and was just kind of like carrying the conversation on. And then I was like, sick, man, like
peace,
thanks for being a fan, whatever. But yeah, so it all came flooding back when he
I love him.
Approached.
I love that he came up like that.
I love that that's how we like
we saw each other.
Saw each other. That was
reconnected.
Very random.
So random.
But life's full of little special moments like that, isn't it?
I wonder if the girlfriend was on cat tranquilizers when she took that photo.
She was
like,
oh.
Everything's blue. Here you go.
At JP Graziano's. That shit was fucking wild to me.
That's
I don't
like
know.
a crazy.
How was Kyle allowed to do that? Does he know the fucking owner or some shit?
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, they do. And I think
it was Oris.
It was Oris, yeah. Oris was probably like, and JP, like, they've been there forever. They definitely are, like, probably plugged with, like, all the cops in Chicago.
Definitely.
So
there was not
like,
one cop around.
They were like, we'll end this at 11. It's just this street. Like, it'll be done before you know it. And but I want to do more shit like that. Like,
yeah,
that
renegade
was so
shit.
Cool. Like, let's just pop up.
Did you go to the house calls car wash thing?
No, I was
out of town. You were out of town, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was so sick.
Where was that?
in Lincoln Park, like right on North Avenue, or like, sorry, not North Avenue. It was on Halsted, past North Avenue. It was like this old car wash that they renovated in the pandemic or converted to like a COVID testing site.
Oh my God! I was gonna say it used to be like a Mini Cooper place too.
Yes, exactly that place. Yeah.
Oh shit! I got a COVID test in there actually.
Wait, no, not the Mini Cooper place.
Oh no, that one
was our
that
COVID
one was
testing.
our COVID testing place. No,
no.
Right.
Do you know where iFly is?
Yeah.
Right next to iFly.
Oh, okay.
Basically, connected with the guy who like owns the space, and it's just like for lease on the market. And he was just like, yeah, like you can like do a one-off party here, and we'll see how it goes.
Damn.
And I think like until, I don't know, he like sells it, or
I don't know what the deal is with the space, but it was an unreal party.
My friend Spencer, he set up that Void system.
Oh, cool.
It sounded so
amazing.
good.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded like we were able to go up
shit.
on like the stage and watch from the DJ's perspective, and it literally felt like a mini music festival stage. Like the Voids were right there, and they had like, you know, like the riser stage, and yeah, the way it like just like would shake and rattle with like the kicks and the bass.
Sick.
Like it felt like being on a
Void
festival
sounds
stage.
so good too.
Oh,
yeah.
Especially there was like all minimal tech. And that
clean.
system's perfect for
Clean,
that. It's all very
clean.
Yeah. All those tracks are
That's the shit we need going down in Chicago.
Produced.
Yeah,
it is.
know.
I agree.
A lot more of that. And who was it? Eddie M?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Eddie M.
Solid grooves.
But yeah, it was such a cool way to transform a space like that, and they set up like a really solid lighting rig in there too. I was very impressed by the production value, and like it felt like, I don't know, DIY in the right ways, and then like high production value in the right ways. So it was just like this really cool experience. I hope they do it again.
Me too. It was epic.
I bet they will. They're onto some shit right now. They're fucking sniffing out the opportunity.
Yeah, they are.
Just creating
Abby's
that.
all about the business. She's in her bag right now.
Oh,
She's killing it.
And this is like what Drew does now.
Yeah. And her too. I mean, I think they're both full time.
Oh, really? I thought she had a day job still.
She does not anymore. I think Cody's the only one who's still with the day job.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
I know.
Fucking 2 feet in, baby.
Yeah.
I know.
Go for it.
We're both like, fuck them. We need to get on that
level. We're like, how did they do it?
We're like, oh, that's great.
So
probably gotta get to bed soon. Yeah, I gotta catch the bus in the morning to work. Tomorrow. Yeah.
Actually, I mentioned the Mr. Beast thing because at work at the ad agency, we've been working on a pitch for Mr. Beast.
Yeah, I mean, he's so powerful.
So powerful. It's honestly scary.
It's interesting because like
he just bought like houses in a town for all his employees. Kind of dystopic.
He's so much money.
Oh, I feel like he's gonna get canceled. I don't know.
He's a strange guy. You ever actually watch one of those videos?
Oh, I watched a lot of them. Yeah, he is.
They're weird.
I know. They're all pretty nerdy dudes, to say the least.
I just feel like
when his fans interact with him too, he looks so uncomfortable. Like when his fans hug him, he's like,
yeah. Ugh. Have you had a Mr. Beast burger?
No, but I have had the chocolate. That's what we were working on.
Yeah.
Is the burger any good?
It's literally a hamburger, but they put the buns upside down.
What?
Yeah, I swear to God.
Like inside out?
Yeah, like if I took a bun and I flipped them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's like the hack
and
of
some
it.
Grilled onions.
Can you get it in Chicago?
Yes, on Uber Eats.
Wow.
Oh, it's like just Ghost Kitchen stuff. You can only order it for delivery.
I think they might have a storefront, but I'm not sure.
The reverse bun.
Yeah, I was like, is this what it is?
This is your. Your
like, God damn it! This motherfucker doesn't even have good food.
No, he doesn't. His chocolate's not very good either.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Jesus. Anyway.
Well. Cut all that out too. cut that.
Suzette, you got some editing to do on this.
Did you ever watch that It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia podcast?
Yeah. Of course.
They're always saying cut that, which I just find so funny.
That.
Yeah, cut that.
Yeah, cut that.
Yeah, NDA'd.
Yeah.
To heaven.
We'll cut some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, Amazing conversation today.
Thank you for having us.
So good to have you guys back.
It's good to be back.
So good to be
Two-timers
back.
club for Sherman the Booth.
Yes.
First time for Hot Pretty, though. Won't be the last. And I am
Yes.
so excited to see what the rest of this year holds. And I can't wait to listen to this music and see you guys perform officially live together soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are there any shows that you can tell us about right now? This will probably be out next week, so it'll be like May 17th.
Yes,
yeah.
so we have a boat party on May 26th that we're doing with Jordan Martin.
Let's go.
It's with the promoters EDM Shy / What's Good Chicago.
Yep.
Cool.
So that's going to be that Friday.
Nice.
And then Pure Play, the 27th, Saturday, May 27th.
Big weekend.
Yeah, big
Memorial
weekend. So
Day
2
weekend,
chances to
yeah.
see us, the boat party,
Boom,
and then
baby.
Yeah. And then we are doing a takeover of Primary on June 2nd with DJs Blestonio and Tommaso,
Cool.
who are some of our besties in the scene, and we love them, and they bring just an amazing energy. So yeah, and then lots more TBA on the
Yes.
horizon.
Of course.
too.
Scream at Serum in July.
Yeah, that was a booking. Is Scream, Hiroko, and you guys?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know.
Second time playing with Scream, which will be
That's
cool.
going to be sick.
Yeah.
And then Arc, of course.
Yeah. And then our monthly Pure Plays at the listening room, those will just be cranking with the most loving high energy.
Yes.
So. Yeah.
My gosh, guys. You know what day you're playing at Arc yet?
No.
No.
Okay.
Hasn't been announced yet.
TBD.
We'll
Really
let you
hope
know.
it's Sunday. You just winked at me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god! Okay, do I have to cut that too?
Cut that.
Got that.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you made it all the way
you.
to the end, make sure to follow them at Hot Pretty, or is it underscore Hot Pretty underscore?
Yeah.
Branding,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or was it not available?
It
I feel like that's
wasn't
branding.
available. Just at Hot Pretty just wasn't available. Yeah, no.
But it still
Hit those
looks good.
underscores. Looks good.
I'm pretty sure that page specifically has just like random Getty images of like girls.
Getty images, yeah.
So viewers
Okay.
beware.
That's not us.
Viewers
That's not
beware.
us.
Yeah, that is not them. It's these two beautiful people right here. Who's hot? Who's pretty? You'll have to find out.
TBD.
Hey, what's up? And thanks for watching that video. You looking for more content now? I got your back. Go to my YouTube channel right now, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you turn on all notifications so you never miss any upcoming exclusive artist interviews, Sherman the Booth clips, new music, live sets, and more. This is your one-stop shop for everything electronic music. Cheers.